those that remember cars like the AX GT and the Saxo VTR, it is very welcome news that with the DS3, Citroen once again has a decent hot hatch in its range, and now they've gone even further with this, the DS3 Racing. So what is this DS3 Racing? Well, first things first, it's not a racing car, this is purely for the road. And compared to the regular DS3, it uses the same engine, a 1.6 turbo, but they've turned the wick up to give 207 horsepower. They've also widened the track, lowered the ride height, and enlarged the brakes. And visually, they've taken the standard DS3, which is already a pretty funky looking car, and added extra orange and plenty of carbon fibre, both outside and inside, and it is actually real carbon fibre, not just stick-on stuff. So let's talk about what's good with this DS3 Racing, and the first thing is the engine. It's a really charming engine to use, sounds good, and the extra performance doesn't come to the detriment of the Lowdown torque. The steering's also good, it's an electric system, but it's good feel, it's accurate, it's nicely weighted. Gearbox is positive but light to use, and got really strong braking performance and plenty of grip from the larger tyres. But it's not all positives with the DS3 Racing. I mean, it's a fine car, but it's not as dynamic and polished as, say, a Renault Sport Clio, and the extra performance really does give a bit of a challenge to the front axle. The grip's fine, it's what happens when you come on the throttle, especially in these greasy conditions, because you end up with a bit of torque steer, occasionally a bit of axle tramp, and it's just not that precise. And when you slow down and get the car in town, the lower ride height and stiffer springs means you've got a ride that's pretty uncompromising. We need to talk about price, because DS3 Racing is going to be a pretty rare car. Total production 2,000 units, and for the UK only 200, but Citroen are charging 23 grand, and that is a massive jump up over the regular DS3 and rivals like the Renault Sport Clio. But even considering the high price and that the Clio still shades it for overall precision, the DS3 Racing is yet further evidence that Citroen really has the bit between its teeth now and is on the cusp of delivering a truly great hot hatch.